This is problem 3.10 from Francois Tardieu's Backgammon Strategic Concepts book in chapter 3, Playing with or Against a Lone Back Checker. Here's the position. We're green. Roll is 6-5. Our home board's in the bottom right. Look at two possible moves. I'll give you my quick observations on each move. Look at some of Tardieu's key points, as well as Tardieu's expert analysis, getting feedback from XG. We'll go over some relevant points from Marc Olsen. Look at Tardieu's summary, and then look at Tardieu's modification, where he modifies his position. And then I'll show you at the end of the video a website, Rainer Birkle's website, where he has Anki flashcards available from all the top backgammon players today. People like Tardieu, Michi, Dirk Scheiman, Mochi, Alex Shagian, Nick Blazer. You can get all their flashcards on Rainer Birkle's website, which I'll show you. Some points to remember when playing with or against a lone back checker. A lone back checker can run for freedom in a single roll. However, it's also vulnerable to being blitzed by the opponent. Here's the first possible move, escaping our back checker by moving 24 to 13 like this. This runs our back checker safely to the midpoint. It runs when we have the stronger inner board. We have 3 points covered. White's only got 2. Runs when white has a fairly weak board. However, it races when we're behind in the race. We'll still be behind by 3 pips after the roll. And it does leave a blot. Second roll we'll look at is bolster our offense by bringing 2 down, 16-10 and 13-8 like this. This brings 2 more checkers down into the battle. Fortifies our 8 point. Sets us up to increase our control of the outfield if we don't get hit. Instead of having a blot on the 16 point, which is vulnerable to a direct hit with a 4, now the only way we're going to get hit back here is with a 6-3 or 3-6. That's safer. We might get hit, and we're still stripping our midpoint. Now there's only 2 checkers left on the midpoint. Compare both moves. Look at and see which one looks better to you. Think of which one you would make if you're playing a match. And let's see what Tardieu and XG have to say. For the move where we're going 24-13, moving 24-13, escaping our back checker, Tardieu says white is not really threatening to prime us here. Instead of running, we should focus on containing white's back checker, this guy. Also, we're trailing by 3 pips after the roll still. With 24-13, we're running out into a race where we have a slight disadvantage. We're still going to be behind in the race when we're racing. Lastly, we're also leaving a shot with any 4 that will give white the initiative, bringing down a builder with tempo, increasing their lead in the race as well. Which is why this move, where we're bringing 2 checkers down into the battle, 16-10, 13-8, is rated the best by Tardieu and XG. As white is not really threatening to prime us here, we should focus on blocking their lone back checker before it can escape, or step up to the 22 and then escape. With this play, we're diversifying our builders in preparation to make our 7 point, while controlling the outfield with our structural 11 point. Marc Olsen, in his book Backgammon from Basics to Badass, tells us with this move, we're doing 3 good things. We're setting ourselves up to block white's last back checker. We're setting ourselves up to make a point in the outfield. And we're also setting ourselves up for better control of the outer board. Tardieu's summary: if our opponent is not threatening to prime us, then we can use our roll to improve our own priming chances, which is what this roll does. Tardieu modifies the position in his book. He takes the 3 checkers on the 22 point and moves 2 of them to the 20 point and 1 to the midpoint. So now White's board looks like this. And when that happens, instead of coming down twice, 16, 10, 13, 8, now Tardieu and XG say it's better to run, 24, 13. Giving White their 5 point instead of 3 checkers on the 3 point makes their position stronger and more compact. We'll also be leading by 11 pips after the roll. Tardieu and XG tell us that White's more threatening board, added to our racing lead, trigger us to break for freedom by moving 24, 13. If we leave now and White misses the shot on the 16 point, we'll be ahead in the race and will be threatening to contain White's back checker. These 2 conditions come close to giving us a strong cube. To summarize, if we're ahead in the race and our opponent is ready to start priming us, it's the right time to get out of there. 24, 13 is the correct move in this case. Check out Rainer Birkle's outstanding website, xg2anki.de. Rainer has numerous Anki decks, both free and for sale. I just purchased the deck with Tardieu's cards, and I'm very impressed with them. Here's a sample. Notice how his cards have the XG analysis for multiple match scores, not just money or limited like the one we just looked at. Also, you can add your own notes to each card, which I just did here. So be sure to check Rainer Birkle's outstanding website out, and you might see some flashcards, which I think are very, very helpful.